We will be examining explicit formulas for arithmetic sequences. I will walk you through the steps we need to follow to derive these explicit formulas. So the first thing we want to take note of is the first term. We want to also identify the difference between each successive term, and now we're going to write the formula in the form f of n is equal to a plus n minus 1 multiplied by the difference, where a is your first term and d is the difference between each successive term. So let's go ahead and apply that in these examples. So we want to get a equal to 23. Now we look at the difference. The d is equal to 18 minus 23. So the best way to go about this to actually get the difference is you want to go from your right down to your left. So you subtract the left value from the value on the right. You want to go this way as well, from right all the way to the left. So when we look at this, we're looking at minus 5. Be sure to check that it's consistent throughout, because if it's not consistent, then you do not truly have an arithmetic sequence. So 18 minus 23 is negative 5. So f of n is going to be 23 plus negative 5 times n minus 1. So this is going to give us 23 minus 5 times n minus 1. So that is our formula. Now let's go ahead and look for f of 12 is going to be 23 minus 5 multiplied by 12 minus 1, which is 23 minus 5 times 11, which is 23 minus 55. This is going to give us 55 minus 23. We have 2, we have 3 here. Because the negative sign is in front of the larger number, this is negative 32. Now we have this table here that represents an arithmetic sequence. One way to always check if that truly represents an arithmetic sequence is to check the difference between each successive term. But the first thing we need is we need a value of a, which is our first term. That's 12. Now let's look for our difference. Our difference is, so 4 minus 12, that should give us minus 8. Then go ahead and check that it's consistent throughout. And so f of n is equal to a, which is 12, plus n minus 1 multiplied by negative 8. So this is going to be 12 minus 8 n minus 1. So we want to look for f of 20, which is going to give us 12 minus 8 times 20 minus 1, which is 12 minus 8 times 19, which is 12 minus 152. So we have 152 minus 12, so we have 140. The negative sign is on the larger number, so we have negative 140. And finally, we want to get the first term in this sequence, which is negative 8. Let's look for a common difference, or the number that we add each successive time, or each time. So negative 1 minus 8 is going to give us 7. 6 minus 1 is 7. 13 minus 6 is 7. 20 minus 13 is 7. So f of n is going to be a, which is minus 8, plus n minus 1 times, n minus 1. So n minus 1 multiplied by 7, which is negative 8 plus 7 multiplied by n minus 1. Now f of 15 is going to be -8 plus 7, and then we have 15 minus 1, which is -8 plus 7 times 14, and we have -8 plus 98, which is going to give us 90. So f of 15 is equal to 90.